You close your eyes, and the world begins to dissolve. Gravity bends. Strangers appear. You fall through buildings, run from shadows, kiss someone you've never met, fly across skies you've never seen. And then you wake, shaken, confused, haunted. Was it nonsense? Or was it a message? Carl Jung believed dreams were not accidents, not random brain static. They were, in his words, the small, hidden door in the deepest and most intimate sanctum of the soul. To Jung, every dream was a map, a secret script written by the unconscious to reveal what the waking mind cannot face. Think of the film Inception. A single idea planted in a dream could change a person's entire fate. Jung would have said, yes, dreams carry that kind of power. They hold our shadow, our desires, our fears, our destiny. And whether we listen or not, they shape our lives. Tonight, as you sleep, your psyche will stage a theater. Characters will enter. Archetypes will speak. Warnings will echo. The question is not whether you dream. The question is whether you will pay attention. Jung versus Freud. Two roads into the night. To understand Jung's vision of dreams, we must begin with his teacher, Sigmund Freud. Freud called dreams the royal road to the unconscious, but what he meant was different from Jung. For Freud, dreams were disguised wish fulfillments. They were your hidden desires wearing masks, because the conscious mind could not handle them raw. In Freud's world, the dream of flying might be the disguised wish for freedom, or more often a sexual desire encoded in symbol. Jung respected Freud, but he disagreed. To Jung, dreams were not disguises. They were direct communications from the unconscious. Not wish fulfillments, but compensations. Not lies, but guidance. He wrote, "Dreams are the facts from which we must proceed. They are pure nature, and they show us the unvarnished natural truth." This was radical. For Jung, the dream did not hide. The dream revealed. The dreams are the language of symbols, but dreams do not reveal in sentences. They reveal in images. A lion chasing you through the forest. A house you have never seen but somehow recognize. A stranger with a face half hidden, in shadow. Dreams speak in symbols because the unconscious does not think in linear logic. It speaks in pictures, in archetypes, in myths that echo across cultures and centuries. Jung saw certain figures appearing again and again in dreams, the shadow, dark and threatening, carrying what we repress. The wise old man or wise woman, guiding. The dreamer with cryptic words. The anima or animus. The inner feminine or masculine, appearing in the guise of a lover or a stranger. Dreams, Jung believed, use these figures to bring to consciousness what we need, but resist. Take the dream of a patient who kept seeing himself standing before a locked door. Each time he searched for the key, but never found it. Jung interpreted this not as random imagery, but as symbol. The dreamer's conscious life was blocked. Opportunities missed because he was unwilling to face his shadow. The locked door was his own refusal. One of Jung's most important insights was the compensatory role of dreams. He believed dreams balance what is missing in the conscious attitude. If your ego is inflated, the dream will humble you. If your ego is timid, the dream will empower you. Imagine a man who sees himself as morally pure. One night he dreams he is a thief, sneaking into houses. The dream is not predicting his future crimes. It is balancing his inflated self-image by showing him the shadow side he denies, or take the opposite. a woman who feels weak and powerless. In her dream, she is a warrior, sword in hand, defeating enemies with courage. The dream compensates for her conscious weakness, reminding her of her hidden strength. Jung explained, "Dreams are the facts of the unconscious, which are presented to us in symbolic form. They correct the one-sidedness of our conscious mind, and thus help us to adapt. The dreams are nightmares, the psyche's warnings. But what about nightmares? Freud might have said they were disguised anxieties. Jung saw them differently. For him, nightmares were the psyche's alarms. They are not punishments, they are warnings. He wrote, "In each of us there is another whom we do not know. He speaks to us in dreams and tells us how differently he sees us from the way we see ourselves. A nightmare is that inner stranger shaking us awake. It is the unconscious saying, 'Pay attention.'" Statistics support this. Around 4 to 8% of adults suffer from chronic nightmares, and studies show nightmares often cluster around periods of stress, trauma, or denial. They are not random. They are the psyche's protest against what the conscious mind refuses to face. To ignore nightmares is to ignore yourself. Big dreams and little dreams. Jung distinguished between little dreams, the small daily fragments of worry and memory, and big dreams, those rare, powerful dreams that feel more like revelations. Big dreams, Jung believed, were messages not just from the personal unconscious, but from the collective unconscious, the deep layer of psyche shared by all humanity. One of his patients, a woman, dreamed repeatedly of a great flood sweeping across Europe. Jung recorded this before World War II, and he later interpreted it as a collective dream, foreshadowing the chaos that engulfed the continent. Whether prophetic or not, big dreams carry a weight. They linger. They transform. Let's talk about modern science and Jung's relevance. Skeptics once dismissed Jung as mystical, but modern science is catching up. Neuroscientists now know dreams play a critical role in emotional regulation. During REM sleep, the amygdala, the brain's emotional center, is highly active, helping us process feelings. Research shows around 60–70% of dreams involve strong emotions. Negative ones are most common: fear, anger, anxiety. Nightmares cluster when stress spikes. And problem-solving, too, happens in dreams. The chemist G.O.A.T. discovered the structure of benzene in a dream of a snake biting its own tail, an archetypal image of the Ouroboros. Countless artists, inventors, and thinkers have credited dreams with breakthroughs. Science, it seems, confirms what Jung intuited. Dreams are not waste. They are work. They are meaning. Jung believed that dreams were not meaningless flashes, but layered realities, speaking to us in symbols and archetypes. That vision has echoed beyond psychology. It has seeped into our culture, perhaps nowhere more vividly than in Christopher Nolan's film Inception. On the surface, Inception is about thieves who break into people's dreams to steal secrets. But look deeper, and it reads like a Jungian parable. The dream world in the EE film is not flat. It has layers, just as Jung spoke of the personal unconscious and the deeper collective unconscious. Descending through the dream levels in Inception feels like Jung's journey into the psyche. Each step down revealing truths hidden from ordinary waking life. Jung described dreams as carrying archetypes, universal figures that appear again and again: the shadow, the wise old man, the anima or animus. In Inception, we see the same archetypal figures: the guide, the tempter, the enemy, the lover. The dream characters may be projections, but they shape the dreamer's fate, just as Jung taught. And the film's central theme, that an idea planted in a dream can reshape reality, mirrors Jung's deepest conviction, that dreams are not illusions, but forces. A big dream, as he called it, could redirect a person's entire life. Think of Cobb's story in Inception. He is haunted by the figure of his wife, a projection of his guilt, his shadow, sabotaging his every mission. Jung would recognize this immediately, the unconscious demanding to be faced, not ignored. Until Cobb confronts her, he cannot be free. This is why Inception resonated with millions, because behind the sci-fi spectacle was a Jungian truth. Our dreams are not escapes from reality. They are reality, a deeper one. And until we make peace with the figures who live there, they will rule our lives. So how do we work with dreams? The way Jung did? First, write them down. Keep a journal by your bed. Capture them before they fade. Second, don't rush to decode them like puzzles. Jung warned against simplistic dream dictionaries. The meaning is personal. A snake in your dream may mean danger. In mine, it may mean wisdom. Third, look for compensations. Ask, what is this dream showing me that I resist in waking life? Fourth, use active imagination. Jung himself would re-enter dreams while awake, continuing the dialogue with dream figures. If a stranger appears in your dream, ask them, "Who are you? Why are you here?" This is not fantasy. This is the psyche speaking back. Carl Jung's message about dreams was not theoretical. It was urgent. He wrote, "The dream is a little hidden door in the innermost and most secret recesses of the soul, opening into that cosmic night which was psyche long before there was any ego consciousness, and which will remain psyche no matter how far our ego consciousness may extend. Dreams are not trivial. They are doors. And each night, the unconscious knocks. The question is, will you listen? Because to ignore your dreams is to ignore half of yourself. To follow them is to step onto the path of individuation toward wholeness. And in our next video, we will open another door, the world of archetypes, the roles you play without knowing.